Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with his good friend, Mr. Stephen Dow. How you doing, sir?
Good morning, my friend. Good. Yourself?
I'm doing well. So, I think something we should do is we should kind of look back over the last year, right? You've been a part of one rental at a time now for over a year. I know
Mhm.
you've helped a lot of students. You've helped me. Um,
Oh
and
my, now looking back, oh my God, that was such a crazy, sick, like solid, like smart move. Because you
yeah,
got your stuff at 399, 30
yeah,
years.
and cash out refi. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
know. Anyway, that's water
yeah.
under the bridge. We don't want to kind of pour salt into the wound with some people that missed the boat, but whatever.
No, no, it's I just it's been a fun ride, right? I think if I were to look back at the last year for you,
Hmm.
uh, I mean, think about it, right? You start the year at, let's just call it 4%. You end the year at, over 9.
Right.
That's not normal, right? Rates generally don't move like that.
Not in the, yeah, not in the big picture. I mean, maybe short term in certain situations, such as, tightening of the market or going into recession, whatever the case is. Yeah, we're going to see rates move in a very quick manner, upward or downward. But yeah, it's usually not as violent, I guess, for lack of a better word.
Yeah, yeah.
um yeah.
Yeah, and again, if we really are just looking back, I think I think we start the year, we talk about velocities, basically four programs, right? There's a fix and flip, there's an
Hmm.
ARV Pro, or I even forget
Hmm.
all the names. And then right around, I think, March, you and I stumble across this idea that's now called the 50-40-10, which
Right.
which happened. I mean, people found the video. It happened live during a video. I'm like,
I know, as you know, we're like, wait, hold on, and then you said something and then I said something, we were both like, so it, yeah, but I mean, primarily you were the instigator and definitely the creator of that one. So it was just a good.
it was
um
fun to put it together.
it was, because again, I mean, I utilized the product in that manner, but it wasn't really a sticking point until when we was like, boom, you know what, this is the right time to kind of start pushing that narrative, because last year no one would want to listen to anything sell or
No,
carry
of
anything,
course. Yeah, I mean, yeah,
yeah.
exactly. So for
So
folks who don't know what we're talking about, the 50-40-10 ties together a couple of things. First off, the first is with velocity. 50% down gives you the best rates. Then
yes.
there's a second, because what velocity does that not many lenders do is they have this thing called CLTV,
Right.
combined loan to value. So the
Hmm.
beauty of this deal is you can pay a seller's wish pricing,
Hmm.
give them 50% loan with velocity, then they take back a 40% at a stupid low interest rate,
Yep.
thus creating a blended interest rate that is below market, because now you have 90% of the debt. And
Yep.
oh, by the way, you only have to come up with 10% equity. I'm like, are
Yep.
you kidding me? And I questioned you like 5 ways to Sunday.
I
Is
know.
this
We were
real?
like, wait, are you sure? Are you sure? I was like,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, sure.
yeah. We've
Yeah,
closed multiple. We're about to close another one.
yeah.
I don't want to give away his last name, but Clarkston. Shout out to Clarkston.
There you go. There you go. So yeah, it's the 50-40-10 is something I think it becomes valuable next year. Because again, what I think is going to happen next year is volume, just like 1981.
Hmm.
Volume transactions are going to go down. The
Plummeted.
sellers that have to sell,
Hmm.
and they have equity, most of them don't want to, take a crazy discount. Some
Right.
will, and I'll buy all those. Let's be clear. But I'm greedy. But some people are like, hey, give me my price. I'll take some of the debt. I'll be the bank, and I'll just have a payment. And again, the beauty of the 50-40-10 is you get 50% at velocity, you get 40% from the seller. But please hear me now. Get the
Yeah.
40% from the seller at a low rate. When
Right.
you smash together the debt, you get what's called a blended interest rate that is
Right.
below market. For a while there, people were getting blended rates in the fours and then in the fives.
Right.
Maybe today it's in the
Remember that?
sixes. Yeah, it's crazy.
Wait, let's see here. I think Larry was the first one,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
then Larry referred to somebody else. And then yeah, the first one was a 70-20-10, believe it or not. The second one was like a 65-25-10. I did a 48 42 48 10. Clarkson's is going to be like that. It's going to be like a 43, 47, 10 or something like that. So
Yeah.
however you can kind of, fit it in to
Yeah.
see what works best for both parties. And so I think it's a strong tool. It's been working for most, people,
Yeah.
especially in this kind of rate environment. So
Yeah, the beauty of the 50-40-10 is it doesn't have to be that, as you've just highlighted. The key is the first and second equal 90%.
right.
I will admit, the more that you can throw on the second, i.e. the 42-48,
Right.
it's going to get you a lower blended rate. That's just how math
100%.
works.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So no, it's been a great ride. I'm not gonna lie. Just looking back, like yesterday, I was just thinking about what we're gonna talk about today, and I was just like, man, I'm just so grateful, and just everybody that's ever contacted me from this channel has always been super respectful, super nice, and just hardworking and just wanting to know information so that
Doing
they
the
can better
work.
their lives and their situation. Yeah, just doing the work. Everybody, not like, hey, so what do you think I should do? It's like, no, no, no. Hey, Steve, here's what I'm looking to do. Give me, your advice on this or that. So it's been a lot of fun. And then also definitely making a difference in a lot of people's lives because some people never even heard about this product line. And so now it gave them so much more opportunity to participate into kind of deals that they never thought they could. So it's really helped up a lot of people. Lawrence, another guy, Keto, another guy. Well, Keto didn't need my help at all, really. I mean, he just used my product as a tool in his arsenal, but he's well well positioned
Yeah.
himself for
Yeah.
sure.
Killing
But
it in North
countless.
Dakota. We had him on the channel. It's good for him.
Yes.
Bozeman, I
Yes.
think. The other thing
No,
that again,
Montana.
oh, Montana, sorry.
Yeah.
Montana, Bozeman, Montana. I don't
Billington.
remember. Billington.
Billings,
It
Montana.
was a
Yeah,
B.
Billings, Montana. Sorry. Yeah.
My bad. Not Montana, North Dakota. Have I been to? I think I've been to Montana. I have not been to North Dakota. So yes.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Not many people go to North Dakota. Not
yeah.
even
I
not even the
digress.
Dakotans.
I digress. The other thing that you brought to the channel, which I thought was awesome, was 30-year mortgage on apartments.
Mm-hmm.
Now that 5 units and above, most
Mm-hmm.
people don't realize that commercial debt structure is different. 5-year fixed,
Yep.
25-year AM, very
Something
common,
like that.
probably the most
Yep.
common.
Yep.
You and I know it because you did a loan for me on a multifamily, 30-year fixed, 30-year AM.
I know.
We don't need to talk about the rate because it's
Yeah, we don't we don't want to rub it in
we
again.
don't want to go there. But again, I didn't know that was possible. I did not
Mhm.
know you could get 30-year debt on apartment
Well,
buildings.
we had talked about it for about a good 2 months, and I was like, you know what, Mike? Let's not just talk the talk. Let's show people and let's walk the walk. Because maybe they just don't believe it until
Yeah.
the guy does it from start to finish. And so, yeah, it worked out.
Yeah, and you did it like freaking 27 days or something. It was freaking awesome. And
It
most
was
of that
less than
was the
that. We were ready
appraisal.
before everybody else, and I
Yeah,
was like,
it
wait,
was
wait,
the
wait, slow
appraisal.
down, slow down.
Yeah,
So
the
that was the
appraisal
funny
wasn't
part.
ready. Yeah. The other thing that we did is, again, some of these things just happen. I don't know, is a light bulb moment.
Hmm.
Velocity Mortgage could help people be Arnold Schwarzenegger. Now, what do I mean by that? Arnold
Yes.
Schwarzenegger's first deal, and the reason he became because an actor was he house hacked a sixplex.
Right.
So again, we talk about house hacking a lot on this channel. Most people house hack houses like
Correct.
Todd
Right.
or others, or they house hack units like
Right.
Mike.
Anna
Yeah,
Kelly started that way, I think.
yeah, Anna
Right. That
Kelly, right?
fourplex. Yeah.
Yeah, all that stuff, right?
Shout out to Anna.
But
Anna.
but if you want to be a baller and you want to be the next Arnold Schwarzenegger, why stop at 4? Go house
No.
hack a 6, an 8, a 10,
Right.
a 12. You can get
Right.
30-year money to do that, right?
And if Grant Cardone is right, most of those properties aren't, or a good chunk of them aren't, debt servicing. So this is your time and opportunity to step in. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So,
that's the other thing. That's the other thing I wanted to highlight here is, I think this year has been, I mean, when you're not in it and you can look back, it's been a wild year. It's had
oh
its
yeah,
ups and downs, lots of stress, probably lots of difficult conversations, right? Because again, if your debt's not locked and something changes, that's probably not a fun conversation.
I had some uncomfortable conversations for sure within the last 3 months, 4
Yeah,
months.
sure.
But prior to that, everybody was just happy as pie. Could not
Yeah.
be any more happier. So,
There's a couple of things. I think what we're seeing now is we are really, 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 really close to the terminal rate, the peak. I think we're going to be flat or plateau from the Fed funds rate for the next year at least, which is going to mean this volatility
right.
is over, which means that the good operators, and I want to remind people, you make your money in recessions. You
Oh
got to
yeah.
you find the motivated seller that's distressed debt, as we were just talking about, and you
Mhm.
have the cash, you can step in, you buy a great deal. There's going to be a lot of great deals. Maybe it's the 50-40-10, maybe it's 30-year fixed house hack and the eightplex. It's going to be a lot of opportunity next year, I think.
Agreed, 100%. I mean, we're slowly starting to see it ourselves, especially on this, purchase side. Um, you know, things listed at 700, somebody picking it up at like, 610, sometimes even lower. So it just depends on the individual seller. Some are very motivated for whatever circumstances are, but I'm seeing it. So I would imagine it's going to be even more so sometime next year, first quarter, things of that nature. So um, yeah, so we'll see. Man, we're living in a crazy world though. Like you said, this is just a wild ride.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if you're going to be a good operator and you're one of the one rental at a time fans, I think one of the tools you need to have in your tool bag is Velocity Mortgage, specifically Stephen Dow. You got to reach out to him. Just make sure you've got a file started, whatever. Tell him what you're doing.
Hmm.
Um, I think that'd be a wise move. Yeah.
At least to have a plan B in place. If there's
Yeah.
something to where certain lenders right now, especially in this kind of environment, programs change, programs go
Yeah.
away, lenders close their doors.
Lenders go away. Yeah.
That too. So yeah, I mean, I know I won't be everything to everybody. Nobody can, but
Yeah.
we're good to
You're
just
not
have
trying to
as
be
plan
either.
B.
You're not
Yeah.
trying to be everything to everybody.
No, I've never, yeah. So, but what we can do, we do very well. And yeah, we make it to the finish line. It's just the cost of capital it is what it is. But if you can stand that and if the numbers make sense, we'll get that loan done for you. So outside of that, it's just been a blessing. Thank you again for everybody's opportunity to at least be of service somehow, either with information and or providing some sort of financing, options for the one rental at a time family. So thank you again from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate everything you guys have ever, allowed me to do on this channel. So thank you, of course, Mike, to you too. Appreciate everything, brother. So if I don't
Yeah.
get a chance to talk to you again, of course.
Yeah, it's a couple things before we wrap this one up. This has been awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
The other thing you did for us this year is you gave up part of a Saturday, right? You did a deep dive. So we've been talking about this
Mm-hmm.
50-40-10. A lot of people may be hearing it for the first time. You came back. You can find it in a playlist called, guess what? Deep Dive. A 90-minute discussion where you and I go through and answer every question. So if you guys
Right.
don't know what we're talking about, go watch that video. There's a
Sure.
lot there. If somebody wanted to reach out, talk about a deal, a structure, ask questions, Stephen, how would they do that?
Sure. Just email me at sdao@velocitymortgage.com. In the subject line, please remember to put the acronym ORAAT, which stands for one rental at a time. The body of the email, maybe a brief description, what you're kind of looking for, kind of financing, property type, property address would be great. If not, at least the seeding state where you're looking to get, financing in, your mid FICO score, and the best phone number to reach you at. And usually within 48 hours, I'll be in touch.
There you go. Have an amazing year. We're not going to touch base again until next year.
Yes,
So,
sir.
Stephen, from me to you, I want to thank you for being a part of this. You've given so much to the channel. Um, the feedback I have is amazing. You've helped me and Olivia out personally. So, it's been a great year. I look forward to next year being even better.
Likewise, again, when everybody's saying, the sky's falling and the end of the world, that's when I'm out there like, yes, let's do this. So,
Let's go.
well, there's pain, there's opportunity for sure, and
Yeah.
through this channel alone, I really can see when doing the work, you can kind of figure out, a different angle at certain things, and so we kind of problem solve the situation as far as the rate environment that we're starting to kind of increase, and so we kind of found at least an option for people to at least kind of still participate in purchasing and picking up property. So again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you again. Happy New Year, Mike. If I don't get a chance to
Happy
talk to
New
you again,
Year.
brother. All right,
There
man.
you
You
go.
take care.
Thanks. Bye.